Welcome back to Sports Corner. Glad you can tune in. I've got my notes ready, so let's get into the numbers. Today we're previewing the Dallas Cowboys versus the Baltimore Ravens at AT&T Stadium on Sunday. Fox at 3. The Ravens come in at 0-2, and they definitely don't want to be 0-3 because that would diminish their playoff hopes extremely. And same thing for the Cowboys. They don't want to lose. They don't want to be 1-2. They've got a tough schedule ahead still, and they definitely need to pull this win out. But Baltimore's coming in really needing to win, so they will be playing for the win. Well, what does Baltimore done this year? Well, offensively, Baltimore is the first team in the league. They've 417.5 yards per game. They've thrown 499 passing yards, 336 rushing yards. They've scored 43 points on a 21.5 points per game. All right. Offensively, they're led by their quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He's got 520 yards passing, 167 yards rushing on 21 carries. Derrick Henry, their running back, has 130 yards on 31 carries. That's a 4.2 average. His longest touchdown run is 29 yards, and he's got 2 touchdowns. Receiving, their best receivers are tied in, and Isaiah Likely, he's got 15 targets, 11 receptions on 137 yards, 12.5 yards per catch, 1 touchdown. His longest was 49 yards. His average is 68.5 yards per game, but most importantly, he has 95 yards after the catch. So the Cowboys defense will have to keep him from catching the ball, but when he does, get him on the ground, wrap up, make a tackle. Don't let him make any big plays at a small yardage, okay? Same thing with Zay Flowers, our wide receiver. He's got 21 targets, 13 receptions, 128 yards. That's a 9.8 average. He's got 1 touchdown. His longest catch for a touchdown is 21 yards, 64 yards per game. And again, he's got 50 yards after the catch. Not as much as Isaiah Likely, but he still can make something happen out of nothing. So again, we have to wrap up and put him on the ground when he catches the ball. All right, their defense is ranked 15th. They've gave up 613 yards. They averaged 306.5 yards a game they give up. They've given up only 99 rushing yards. Remember that. It's going to come in important later when we talk about the Cowboys offense. The Baltimore defense has given up 99 yards this season. It's a 49.5 yards per game, okay? And that's important. Now, we're going to remember them numbers come Cowboy time when we talk about their offense. All right, and they've given up 53 points. Sorry. Let's see here. Total wise, their total offense, they've had 137 plays. They've gained 856 yards. So 428 yards per game. But the big factor for the Ravens defense and offense is that they are a heavily penalized team. They've had 18 penalties for 173 yards versus Dallas with 9 penalties, 60 yards, which is a really great change the last couple of years because Dallas has usually been a very penalized team. Okay, last couple of years they've been better. So what that translates is that the Ravens have had 86 yards per game in penalties. That's something Dallas may be able to take advantage of later on in the game. So let's see if that's going to be a factor this week as penalties, okay? All right, so the Cowboys offense come in this week 3 at 18th. They've 618 yards. That's 309 yards per game. All right. Rushing, they've had 85 yards per game. Okay, that's 170 yards in the last 2 games, 85 average a game. Baltimore's only giving up 49.5 yards per game. Okay, so Dallas is not going to be able to run the ball very well this week. They're going to have to throw the ball. They're going to have to disguise their off plays. The Dallas offensive line has got to control this line of scrimmage, or it's going to be disastrous for Dallas people. I'm telling you. Passing wise, Dak comes in at 46 completions, 71 attempts, that's a 64.8 percentage. He's got 472 yards, 6.6 average, 236 yards a game. He's thrown 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's been sacked 6 times. Again, the line of scrimmage is Dallas's weak point. I keep harping on it, but that's what we got to work on, the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Dallas is not going to be very well this year if they cannot control the line of scrimmage like they did against Cleveland. Cleveland is a terrible team right now. They've got problems, but we can move on from that. Let's talk about this rushing game the Cowboys call. Dowdle has 56 yards, 15 carries, 37 yards average per carry, 3.7 yards average per carry. 28 yards a game. Okay, let's talk about the second best running back for Dallas, Ezekiel Elliott. He's got 56 yards himself, but on 16 carries, so his average is 3.5 a game. 1 touchdown, and his average is 28 yards per game. You can't do much with a 28 yards per game average from your running back. Even together, that's not going to work, guys. They've got to do something. Bring in Dalvin Cook, I think, is coming in week 4 probably. Have Deuce Vaughn, a little more action for Deuce Vaughn. I think the combination of Deuce Vaughn and Dalvin Cook will help this Cowboy offense much better than the combination of Dowdle and Zeke Elliott. Defensive-wise for the Cowboys, I don't know yet. The Cowboys' defense is, I'm not sure. But here's the numbers. They're 20th in the league. They 331 yards per game, 379 passing yards, which is 189.5 yards per game passing. And they've given up 283 rushing yards, which they average against Dallas defense 141.5 yards per game. Okay, Dallas defense has given offenses 141.5 yards a game. I'm leaving that right there. Think about that. Third down efficiency for the Cowboys this year, they're 10 for 27. Third down percentage, which is a 37% average. Their fourth down efficiency is 1 for 3. Still early in the season, 33%. So total, look, 618 yards, 126 plays, 324 yards a game for the Cowboys. Their rushing average 3.7 total, 87 yards per game, 46 attempts. That's only 170 yards a game. That's terrible. Dallas, that's not looking good for Dallas, okay? So with all the numbers given, the basic fact is, can the Cowboys stop the run? No. Can the Cowboys run the ball? No. Can the Cowboys block for their quarterback to make plays? No. We all know Dak is good when there's no pressure on him. He can make decisions and good throws. But when Dak gets under a little bit of pressure, his mind just goes crazy, it seems like, and he doesn't make great decisions. He tries to force the ball where it doesn't need to be, trying to make a play. It just drives me crazy. This team just drives me absolutely up a wall. And Jerry Jones doesn't seem like he wants to do anything. The only thing he did was bring in Kendricks. One defensive player that really made a difference for this team. Now, you can look at it a lot of different ways, but I look at it this way. The Cowboys are going to get beat Sunday. They're going to be 1-2. The Ravens are coming out 1-2 also. I don't think it's close, guys. I think the Cowboys get ran on. Lamar Jackson's going to run on them. Derrick Henry's going to run on them. And then when the Dallas Cowboys defense sells out to stop the run, they're going to get beat by Lamar Jackson's arm, which most people don't, but the Cowboys will. And all right, I guess if you stayed this long for the video, please like this video, smash that like button, share this video, and comment down below on what you think the Cowboys will do this Sunday versus the Ravens. Until my next video, which will be the Ravens-Cowboys breakdown game, we'll see you then.